Thank you. Next candidate is Dave Doublemeyer. Dave Doublemeyer lives in Thornville, Ohio. Dave has a BA in Education from Otterbein University and a Master's in Educational Supervision from Ashland University. Dave spent 25 years as a high school special education teacher and football coach. In 2000, after a 2-year battle with the ACLU over his right to prayer with his football team, that was the battle with the ACLU. Dave has traveled the country standing up for Christian values and educating others on the U.S. Constitution and the original intent of our founders. He has authored 2 books, taught college at the graduate level, hosts a weekly radio program, and writes a weekly column on the National Forum News with Views. Dave is currently head football coach at Fairfield Christian Academy in Lancaster, Ohio, a program that he started in 2008. Dave and his wife, Michelle, have been married for 30 years and have 3 children. Dave?
Thank you, Warren. Sometimes I look around and wonder how I got up here. I was a high school football coach my whole life, really. I'm 57 years old. 1997, while football coach at London High School just up the road, I was sued by the American Civil Liberties Union for having prayer with our football team. Went through a 2-year battle with the ACLU for a right to be able to pray, and at the end of that, the conclusion of that, I looked around and I began to see exactly what was going on in America. I tell everybody that I was at the breaking of the wave of this anti-Christian sentiment that's going on in the United States of America. I walked around, I didn't lose my job. Everybody comes around, pats me on the back, says, "Oh, coach, you lost me." No, I did not lose my job. I walked away from it, started Pass the Salt Ministries, and I've spent the last 10 years of my life fighting for these conservative values that everybody up here is going to talk about. And I believe everyone up here is a conservative. I really believe that. But here's the difference. Here's what separates me from the crowd, I believe. I have been out on the street. I have not been out earning a fortune with my life. I have been fighting on the streets. I spent 7 nights. Just let me give you some things that we've done. Because people think I'm crazy, you know, and I say, well, I'm a bit nuts, but I'm screwed onto the right bolt. You understand? I don't know about you folks. I'm a little bit tired of having people tell me that my faith has no place in the public school.
That's right.
I believe in God. And I'm not afraid to stand up and speak that. As they say, I wear my hat on I wear it on my hat. Because I'm not ashamed of the gospel. And I'm here to tell us all tonight, it's going to scare a lot of people. But I'd rather be right, see? I'd rather tell you the truth and be right than to be the 18th Congressional District Representative. I have to tell you the truth, folks. Our problems are not political. There's not going to be some savior come riding in on Air Force One. We can elect Fred or Bob Gibbs, and he may do a great job, but they're not the answer. The answer is we have got to return in this country to those time-honored values that you all were raised with, that you taught your children, and that you want your grandchildren to be taught. We live in a culture today where the President of the United States, our elected representatives, lie to us with impunity. Lying has become acceptable. And if we believe that we can continue to thrive and grow in a nation like this, where lying and dishonesty is honored, we got another thing coming. I want to go to Washington, D.C. and speak truth to power. I'm not a politician. I'm not running for this because I'm a popular guy. I'm running for this because I'm not afraid to go to power, speak the truth, and let the chips fall where they may. God bless you.
Next, we have Bob Gibbs. Bob Gibbs lives in Lakeville, Ohio. Bob has been self-employed since 1978 when he started his farming operation. He also has a small property rental business. He has served as both the president of his local farm cooperative and the Ohio Farm Bureau. He was elected to the Ohio House of Representatives in 2002 and the Ohio Senate in 2008, where he currently serves as a state senator for Ohio's 22nd District. Bob is a recipient of the Guardian of Small Business Award from the National Federation of Independent Business and a 3-time recipient of the Watchdog of the Treasury Award from the United Conservatives of Ohio. Bob and his wife Jody reside in Holmes County and have 3 grown children. They have been married for 34 years. Bob?
Thank you, Warren. I too want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. And you're out here because you know the stakes are really high. this country is on the path of not a good way to go. We need to fix that. And when I talk about national security, I'm really concerned about that. The terrorists, what's going on with that, and what they're talking about, trying them in our courts under our Constitution. They should not have our constitutional rights. They're not American citizens. So that's the number one role of the United States government, is to protect us. Now, the other part of security I'd like to talk about is the economic security. We are amassing a huge debt and huge federal deficits. And if we stay on this course, it's risking our national security, and we absolutely need to cut spending and get it under control. And also, when we have all this unemployment, because of what's happening here in Washington, D.C., is causing unemployment. It's causing the problem to prolong, because everybody that I talk in the business community is scared to death to act because of the uncertainty that's coming out of Washington, D.C. That's risking our national security, too, because we're getting more and more government and more dependency on taxpayers. When people can't go find a job and have an economic opportunity, and that's erosion of our, and when you think about it, in a roundabout way, that's erosion of our constitutional rights and our liberties, because people are going to be more dependent on government, and we absolutely have to get things under control, cut spending, and cut taxes, and get money back in individuals, entrepreneurs' pockets to invest and grow jobs and get this economy moving again. If we don't do that, we're dependent now, borrowing from the Chinese and elsewhere. That's a road we can't continue to go down. My background, I have a record in the General Assembly fighting for rights and property rights, and I'll just mention a couple. Back in 2005, when the U.S. Supreme Court did the Kyoto decision and they changed how governments could use eminent domain, I was really upset about that because it was taking away our rights. And I teamed up in the House and with Senator Rendell in the Senate, and we passed comprehensive eminent domain reform to protect our rights. And so we need to move forward and to protect our rights. Obviously, one person can't do this, but as a team, we've got to take Congress back, slow down the administration, slow down the president, and we have a chance to do that this year across the country, because people like you coming out and getting involved is making a difference. And we're going to take Congress back, we're going to retire Zach's space, and we're going to get this country back on the right track, get spending under control, and cut taxes, and also I would like to see us reining in the U.S. EPA, because they're killing jobs too with all their nonsense. So appreciate you all being on here tonight, and look forward to your questions. Thank you.